Hey there, everybody, and welcome to our show. It's called Tournament Horse Racing. Here's what we've done. We've taken the horse racing calendar, and what we've done is we've broken it up into four separate horse racing tournaments throughout the calendar year. And each of those horse racing tournaments is going to consist of 10 individual horse racing days. That's actually what you're watching tonight. One of those individual horse racing days will consist of four races, and each of our horse racing analysts is going to go ahead and make four individual win place wagers in each of those four races. They're mythical $2 win place wagers in each of those races, and whoever wins the most money wins that racing day. We keep track of the amount of money that you win throughout those 10 racing days throughout the entire tournament, and whoever wins the most money wins that tournament. We keep track throughout the entire year. We've got four individual champions who win each of those individual racing tournaments, and one individual racing champion at the end of the year. We give out prizes and trophies and the whole shot. We really enjoy ourselves here on Tournament Horse Racing. So, that being said, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our horse racing analysts in no particular order, all the way out on the East Coast in Staten Island, New York, a good friend of mine. Ray Torado. Ray, what's new and exciting out in your world going on right now, man?
You know, spring is coming. This is the 4 or 5 weeks before the Derby, so everybody's wrapping up, and we got some 100 point races, and winners will get in, second places will probably get in, so everybody's scrapping, and this is a good time of year. Horses are going everywhere,
Good point. Yeah.
moving coast to coast. They are so good races now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's swing back across the country here. He's just a little bit to the south of me. He's in Temecula, California. One of our racing analysts, also a good friend of mine, Joe English. How you been, man?
Good, Rich. 5 weeks to Derby and six more prep races. Actually, six domestic prep races to go. I believe there's one in prep season winding down. Derby coming up soon.
Yeah. Very cool, very cool. All right, and last but not least, he's just a little bit to the north of me, and he lives in Menifee, California. Also a good friend of mine, Steve Newsom. How have you been, my friend?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Figure I'm so far behind in this race that I got some long shots tonight.
Good news for you, Steve, is that you did finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did manage to wrangle second in the NCAA basketball tournament bracket section, so you at least did manage to double your money in that particular tournament. So nice job.
All right, all right.
All right, all right.
Good job. That's a survival for this one,
It really was. This
man.
was
Yeah,
a
it
big
was. Yeah,
this
I
one
had
was
a
a
great
big
first weekend, and after that, it all went to shit.
this one was indeed a bit of a scrap. So.
But you held afloat, man. Right? It was.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are watching the show, just a reminder that Steve, Ray, Joe, and myself, we are all just horse players who enjoy the game of horse racing. We actually put this show together just because we actually enjoy horse racing. We like to get together on a weekly basis and talk about horses. We are most certainly not selling our picks. We do not endorse anything that's here on Tournament Horse Racing. We do this, again, simply because we enjoy the sport of horse racing. We hope you do as well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. I will take you back in time 1 week to a really exciting, well, at least for three of us, it was a really exciting week last week on Tournament Horse Racing. And as you can see there, I did manage to nab the lead there, just nosing out Ray and Steve, as we all managed to put up some fairly big numbers there uh, uh, down at Fairgrounds for the Louisiana Derby. As you can see there, I proudly would tell you I actually hit the first three races in a row, and I'm embarrassed that I missed that fourth race because Ray, that's a Todd Pletcher, Luis Saez horse, and
Mm.
you and Steve both had that horse. But as you can see there, Joe, who was in the lead, can feel the pressure of all the horses coming behind him. And yeah, we shook up the leaderboard just a little bit, and I've managed to squeeze into the lead over Ray by just about $1, just about $2 over Joe. Steve, most certainly not out of it with eight individual races to go in these two racing days that we have left. If you look over here on the right, this is going to be April 1st tomorrow. We did decide to split up the racing day. The races were so good tomorrow. how could you not do the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby on the same day? We also picked the Appleton and the Fantasy Stakes as companion races for that. And before I get started on that, let me go ahead and let's see if I can move this a little bit. There we go. I will bring up Hollandale Beach with its advertisement showing in my screen for Saturday, April the 1st. As you can see
Oh
there,
man.
partly cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, and a high of around 85 degrees, which sounds like every other day in Florida as far as I'm concerned.
I'm at the beach. No,
You're at the beach. Nice, Ray.
I'm saying, if I was there, 85 degrees, right after the races, take a swim. I could do that in Delmar too.
All right. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start off with race number 13. They're going a mile on the turf. This is the Appleton Stakes. Purse is $150,000. It's got an additional $40,000 for Florida Breds. For 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite is, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm on my wrong uh, form, so to speak. This is the one that's got the odds on it for you, so you can see that I'm not messing around. This is race number 13. Again, it's the Appleton Stakes, and the morning line favorite is out in post number 13. If I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
There is no 13.
I'm sorry.
Post, I think it's Steady On, post 6, I want to say.
Yeah, let me grab my note here. Did not put my favorites down. It is post number 6. It is horse number
Yes, yeah,
6. Yeah. Steady On, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden by Irad Ortiz. 3-1 on the Gulfstream Park morning line. For those of you who get sick of hearing me talk, I apologize, but this is one of those odd weeks where I am going first. I did not choose the favorite. I'm just one horse inside. I did like the 5, Fort Washington. I thought there was a lot of speed in this race. 1 mile on the turf here at Gulfstream Park. If we look there at the back page, if you want to handicap that back page first, those races do go about 54%, but 54.46 here. If you want to look at those numbers in the middle of the page. Oh, I apologize. Um, it's a fairly even track as far as speed bearing. And I thought this race might have a little bit of heat up front. So I was looking for someone to come off the pace. And Fort Washington is trained by Shug Mahahy, ridden by Jose Ortiz. They don't necessarily have a very good combination, as you see there, just 7% as a connection rate together. Excuse me. Oh, I apologize. I haven't seen that for a while. And the horse is by Warfront. It is on a turf course, and the horse is only 4, so there were some older horses that were in there. And the horse comes out of the Canadian turf that was down there at Gulfstream Park, finished third just by 3/4 of a length. The favorite is in that particular race as well, so they must have been fairly close to each other, which is 3/4 of a length separating first to third. And if you go back here, the horse back in June at Monmouth does have a victory, so it's not that long ago that the horse did have some a good performance. And then goes to Kentucky Downs and Keeneland. We've talked about this before. Those are both fantastic tracks, intense competition. Finishing 5th and 7th respectively at those two might not be so bad. Has another finish there, third behind Steady On. So I thought at 4-1 with Shug McGahee and Jose Ortiz, this might be worth a shot. And I went ahead and went with a 5. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to, we're going reverse corner here, Joe.
Okay, well, I was going to be on Fort Washington, but now that Rich has decided to take my pick, I'm going to
Oh,
pivot to the 12, Dreams of Tomorrow. Same trainer, Greg McGahee. Javier Castellano gets the board. He has never ridden a horse before. This horse is coming out of a $100,000 optional claimer at Tampa, and the buyer figure on it is the biggest figure that anybody in this race has ever earned, 98. I don't necessarily like that the horse won the race and went to the bench, but the horse has been training at Payson Park ever since, workouts basically every week. And he's got a nice 5 furlong drill on the 25th at 1:01. And that's a move that Chug generally does not do. He doesn't, like Bill Mott and a bunch of others who don't train for a lot of early speed. They're not going to show you a lot of 58s and five furlongs and 58 and fours and 46 and change. But five in, a turf work, 5 furlongs in a minute and change is pretty solid for a Shug horse. So give me the other Shug at 15-1. Dreams of Tomorrow. Who am I passing it off to? Ray?
Ray.
One of you.
Yeah, go to Ray.
Okay, I'm with Rich as far as the pace of the race. I think it's gonna be a pretty fast pace here. So I was looking for a closer also, and I'm hoping that my horse can get the jump on his horse. Number one, here's Pure Gold from the rail. Coming off the layoff, it'll be a little sharp at the last race. Um, he just got buried from post 11, and I guess he tried to go inside from post 11, so he wound up way in the back and behind a lot of horses. And when you see 10 by 6, 10 by 3, you mean he's just buried on the inside. He was close, but he had probably a lot of horses to pass and probably no hole anywhere. So his other races been pretty good. He's been a little closer to the pace. So I'm hoping that that was just a bad trip, and he could be closer to the pace and get a jump on the front runners and hold off the other closers like Fort Washington and things like that. So I'll go. Here's Pure Gold. Paco Lopez. He's pretty aggressive, so he should be in a good spot. So 8-1 is a good price for me. So he fits here. So, Steve.
All right. Yeah, I'm going with a 30-1 shot here. Number 8, Lucky Curlin. Source looks like it's been passed around a few trainers. Won a few times, including last time out, and had a really competitive speed figure for this race, 95. Horse has won at the distance, has won 3 races on turf, won a Gulfstream last time out, and the trainer's got 3 wins. It's 3-1-1 in his last 8 races in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I like the 30-1 odds, and so I'm gonna try my luck here with Lucky Curlin. Of course, it's by Curlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where's my excuse me for a moment. But I'm back. Hang on.
And the good thing that second place gets you a good chunk of money too. So
Yeah.
That's I know Steve will be yelling at the top of the stretch. Run like your daddy. Run like your daddy. That's one of the common yells that we do.
That'll work.
Yep.
Screen. We are here at Gulfstream Park. All right. Go ahead and we will move along to our next race. And this is the feature for the day down there at Gulfstream Park in Hollandale Beach, Florida. They are going 1.125 miles on the main track. This is the Curlin Florida Derby presented by Hill and Dale Farms at Exalpa. Grade 1. Purse is $1 million, and that's plus $100,000 for Florida breds. For 3-year-olds only, and your morning line favorite is out there in post number 11. Forte. He's not just the favorite in this race, he's actually the favorite in the future for the Kentucky Derby as well. He's trained by Todd Pletcher and he's ridden by Irad Ortiz. 4-5 on the Gulfstream Park morning line. And Mr. English, you're going to get first shot here at the Florida Derby. Who do you like?
Wait a minute. You're telling me that there were 2 consecutive favorites trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden by Irad Ortiz? Wow, I would never have thought it. Anyway,
This
yeah,
is
I know.
this is this is
When's Haley's Comet coming around? It's got to be
this
soon.
no this is
Man, but the 2 horses in one race, yeah, he could.
uh, I can't take the favorite as much as I think he's got this field over a barrel, and if he doesn't win, there's got to be there'll have to be an excuse for him. To me, the only horse that can beat Forte is Forte tomorrow. So I'm going obviously off this reservation. I'm gonna take the speed and try to go gate to wire. Give me the 9 Cyclone Mischief. Ran well, decently well out the youth. Last time out, he had the lead before Forte kicked on after his pretty easy trip through the early stages of the race. Castellano replaced Gaffleone. And I don't see a lot in the way of speed. At least it's not really apparent. I kind of think actually that Fort Bragg might go on the outside with him. I don't know that really has much of a choice. If he doesn't, I'd be surprised. But if Cyclone Mischief, he's shown he's good enough. If he can get a clear early lead, that and we've seen it at Gulfstream Park before, where speed is really dangerous there. I mean, it's dangerous everywhere, but at Gulfstream Park, and I'm sure the last page would show that there's a fairly decent percentage of races won at 1.125 or around 2 turns by speed horses. So I'm just going to take a wing and a prayer, take a shot with the 9 Cyclone Mischief, and maybe even if he doesn't win, maybe he can hold on and finish second and pay more than Forte will pay to win. And 9 Cyclone Mischief. Hey.
Hmm. Well, it's just I gotta go with Forte 11, and I'll tell you why. Um, you know, this is only his second race, so it's not like the first race. They probably wasn't too much cranked up, and he ran like that. So he's just gonna get better, and I'm not gonna give away the win place if possible. But I just think that the second race he has to run. I mean a full. I mean a pretty decent to go to a derby because you don't have that many chances, and he's kind of like push button horse. He can sit in the middle, and basically he could just run half a race. From the maybe the half-mile pole and go on the outside. It's gonna be a good experience for him to be on the outside. I don't know if I'd rather stay outside, keep him wide, or try and tuck in. Who knows? But I think he'll keep him outside, probably 2 or 3 just try and settle him down and just get a good run. Because I'm picking him only because it's only second race, and there's no time to play games. Just have to you gotta win, and just make a run and get him ready for the future races. Like Joe said, if he loses, it's because he lost or something happened, like the pace is slow and like somebody could break loose, whatever. But I'm gonna pick him because I'm a fan of him and I want him to win every race. So, all right, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going with the 4 Mage. He's got Louis Saez on board now. Last race out, it got 4th, but hit the gate and got bumped. So not the best race for him, but I'm looking for him to get back on track and see if he can give Forte a run. But yeah, he got, like I said, Louis Saez is 29% with routes. So yeah, I'm gonna try a 10-to-1 shot.
Well, all of my horses have gotten picked so far and things like that. I'm gonna have to go with the. I'm not gonna go with the favorite. I'm not gonna go with Forte. I'm gonna go back to Mage. I'm on the same horse that Steve is. The horse came into the Fountain of Youth, highly acclaimed, off of that one maiden special event. Kind of got trounced there by Forte. Maybe grew up a little bit. Maybe has matured just in those in that month since then. As Steve had mentioned, you get Luis Saez instead of Javier Castellano in this particular case. Gustavo Delgado is very good trainer down there in Florida. Good Magic is out of Curlin, at one point in time. So that's the grandsire, and has won a race there at Gulfstream Park before. I decided to go ahead and take a shot at beating Forte in this race today, even though I do know that's the best horse in this particular race. But I'm going to go with the 4.
Right. Great minds think alike.
There we go. Something like that. All right. That's going to do it as far as the Florida portion of the card is concerned for tournament horse racing tonight. And what we're going to do is we are going to swing across the country over to Hot Springs in Arkansas. And I apologize. I've got multiple racing forms, as you can see there in my PDF scanner, and one of them for Oaklawn Park has the odds, and one of them doesn't. So let me see if I can get the one that does. Nope, it's not the one. Hold on. See you guys here for a second. We're trying
Let
to
me ask a question. We're doing, since we got Pick Four Wars and the tournament next week, we're doing 2 shows?
That's a good point. Do you guys want to do 2?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we've done that in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going a few commercials in between. We're gonna have to get an editor here.
Yeah, when somebody starts paying for ad space, you let me know. Because if that's the case, we ain't getting our share, Rich.
There we go. Ace number 10. Go back to sharing for you guys. And I apologize for all the technical difficulties tonight. And let me go ahead and start sharing one more time. And we have moved along
Alcohol
to
break.
yeah. All right, so
Yes,
we
we
are,
live.
yeah, we
This is
we are
live, baby.
Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we're going to switch over there. And this is race number 10. They're going a mile and a 16th on the main track. It's the Fantasy Stakes, Grade 3, purse is $600,000. And your morning line favorite is in post number 6, and that's Wet Paint, trained by Brad Cox and ridden by Flavian Pratt. 8 to 5 on the Gulfstream Park morning line. And Ray, you're going to go first here.
Oh, I get a chance to make up for my chalk eating weasel pick. um, Now I found this race a little tough for me, personally. So I'm gonna just take a long shot chance at a horse that never done something before. So I'm leaning towards number 7. I guess you call it Pate.
What?
First time Michael Maker, Florent Giroux. This horse been sprinting 5 times. Now he goes a distance, and I don't know how she'll do, but she might like. She's not a super saver, so I mean, I know super saver ran pretty well 2 turns. So for me, Pate. The speed figures are not that bad sprinting. She did like the mud. I think there was some. Um, I heard maybe moisture tomorrow, but I'm just trying to see how she's gonna run 2 turns out of Super Saver. Michael Maker's a good trainer. He picked up his horse. I guess to a sale or something, because it wasn't claimed. But I'm taking a chance at 20 to 1, and Florent Giroux. Maybe just wait and see if she could, make that second turn and keep going. So Pate for me.
That's Pate.
Pate. Oh,
I'm
Pate.
just,
Okay, Pate.
I'm just messing
Pate?
with you. I have no
Let's see
idea.
how they're gonna.
I just felt like messing with it.
Right, Pate. Yeah, I could say Pate.
Is it Pate?
How about P8?
Yeah. Raised for
P8.
the
Boy.
raised for
I was gonna say Pate also.
raised.
Pate, right? Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys,
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see how the announcer.
you guys are all trying to
But
be
Stay tuned for how
sophisticated in
I
reality.
think
It's
this
just
guy
Pate.
is
but
Vic
just
Vic
Yeah,
Soft,
it's
I
just
think in Arkansas.
but there's
yeah,
Let's
no
see how you pronounce it.
fucking Pate.
it
Pate.
probably is
Uh,
Pate. Yeah. Yeah,
P8.
because
P8.
there's no one of those little
Oh yeah, that,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
no there's no attache.
that's yeah,
How about Patel with no L? Sorry, guys, we're getting crazy here.
all right.
All right,
Pate.
Joe. No, Steve. Steve goes next.
Yeah, I'm on the same horse.
Oh my God, you
I'm not
kidding
gonna
me?
I'm not gonna switch either
You're the man.
because it's 20 to 1.
Like the
Stick to your
whole
guns.
Pate fan club.
Pate fan club. Hey,
I
you
saw
get an
Joe ripping up
upgraded
some papers, man.
trainer. You get an upgraded jockey.
Oh,
The horses won before, So hey, we'll see. But yeah,
oh.
I'm on the same horse. So Pate, Pate,
We're into
potato,
two
potato.
routes. I saw Joe tearing up something before. I don't know. We'll see what he.
All right, that's me, and I'm up, and I'm on the. I'm not on Pate. I'm on the 8. Okay, I went with the horse that's trained by Rudy Brissett and ridden by Ricardo Santana. 4 to 1 on the morning line. The horse's sire is Violence, and she is a 3-year-old. Came out and won the maiden event right down here at Churchill Downs. 7 horse affair. They put her in the Demoiselle up there at Aqueduct, in Ray's neck of the woods, and the horse did not disappoint. Finishes about middle of the field, and then comes right back out of that, and they put it at Oaklawn Park. There in one of those allowance fields. It looks like it's a $103,000 race, so it's like a mini stakes race. So Royal Spa, and again, Breffney Farm, bred by Breffney Farm, so they own that mare, Bodacious Babe. I'm a big fan of the Sire Violence, 1 for 1 at Oaklawn Park, and trying to stay away from those favorites still. So I went ahead and went with the 8, Royal Spa. Joe.
Okay. This is where I have to jump on the favorite train. Give me wet paint.
Yeah.
The two Oaklawn races just stand out. She's been really good down at Oaklawn. It looks like there should be enough pace in this race with Tack, Grand Love, Olivia Twist, and Condensation. At least two of those, Tack and Condensation, were two horses that led in the Honeybee, I guess, last time out. She will be actually tackling, at least we think, a fast dirt track for the first time. But like I said, the two races at Oaklawn stand out. And she's got a bullet drill that she on March 18th. Um, again, I'm Brad. Cox. I don't think he's not one that really works them all that fast anyway. But the bullet drill tells me she's doing well. If she can handle a fast main track, I just think she's better than the rest of them. And I couldn't really come up with something at the odds that I thought they were going to be that really interested me. Plus, like I said, I think some horses are going to be eliminated by the fact. So I'll take the favorite. I'll suck it up and take the 6 wet paint. And I'm guessing she's probably not going to go off it. I'll take it anyway. 6.
All right, and this is going to be our finale for the evening. And this is the other big race. Excuse me. Both of these races, though, the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby, we mentioned this a little bit earlier during the build up to these races. They are the 100-point Kentucky Derby races, so the winners get 100 points for finishing first, 50 for second. I believe it's 20 for third, and 10 for fourth, and 5 for fifth. And this is going to be, excuse me, not race number 11. We are doing race number 12, going a mile and eighth on the main track. It is the Arkansas Derby. It's a grade 1. Purse is $1,250,000. It's for 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite is in post number 8. That is actually an invader from out of town. Reincarnate, trained by Tim Yakteen and ridden by John Velasquez. 5-2 on the Oaklawn Park morning line. I'm sorry, I lost track of who's supposed to go for next.
I think I'm
And
supposed
Steve,
to go,
and
right?
Steve, I believe,
I think
Steve, I
Steve,
believe you get first try at it.
All right. I'm gonna take the 4, Two Eagles River. 10-1 here. Don't know much about Nick Juarez or the. I don't know a whole lot about Chris Hartman either, but he looks like a really good trainer. He's winning, got a 32% winning percentage there. Winner last race at 25%, and so we're gonna look at that. Horse won its last race by 4 furlongs. Horses got 3 races here at Oaklawn Park, and it's got a win, place, and show for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Two Eagles River. Let's see who's up next. Joe?
No, Rich.
Or Rich.
That would be me. And I am down here. This was a tough race. There's actually a number of horses who have actually appeared on this show already this season. So Rocket Can was among them. Angel of Empire won a stakes race earlier. We did see Reincarnate, and Red Route 1 actually had a special place in my heart thanks to a gift from Joe earlier this week. So I decided to go back to Rocket Can. He's trained by Bill Mott and ridden by Junior Alvarado. He finished second in the Fountain of Youth behind Forte, and then prior to that had won the Holy Bull Stakes. So the horse is accomplished. He's out of Into Mischief. And again, Junior and Bill Mott are a nice combination. You see there, 35 tries, they're 14% together. And the horse came out Took a little bit of time, so it was not until his third race that he actually got his first victory. But since he's done that, he's got 2 firsts and 2 seconds. I feel that with the pedigree that he's put forth together and the racing accomplishments that he's put together with the Holy Bull and the Fountain of Youth there, that he really is a logical pick here. And I think 4-1 is a solid pick if you get that there. So I went with Rocket Can, the 7.
Man, that sucked. My earbuds just died on me. So
I
I hope you guys
apologize.
can.
No, that's
That's
I can still hear you, Joe.
okay. I just wanted to make sure you guys could still hear me. Unfortunately, now everybody in my house can hear all of you. Well, see, now this is the second time tonight that my horse has been picked before I can make the pick.
Oh shoot!
I was on Rocket Can as well for a lot of the same reasons that Rich went with him. So I will pivot, and unfortunately, I will end up on the favorite again. Reincarnate really did have a bit of a tough trip the last time. My notes indicate that he was shut off at least twice. And generally, he got shut off at the beginning of the race. And generally, before that last time out, he had been more likely a speed horse. So I'm thinking tomorrow he's going to be closer to the pace than he was last time. Again, unless the break is terrible. But at least he showed that he could rally and make a move from the back. Johnny V was obviously patient, and he came through with a decent run to finish third behind Red Route 1 in Confidence Game. So. I think this horse has every right to improve off that, and he could just as easily get the 100 or the 50 points that he needs to get to the Derby if he can improve a little bit more and run as well as he ran in the Sham. And again, like I said, I think he's going to be closer to the pace than he was last time. So I'm going to take the 8, Reincarnate. Hopefully he gets first run on Red Route 1 and brings home the bacon. And I think 5-2 is probably pretty fair, and he'll probably get that. So give me the 8. Right.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the Risen Stars. First of all, I'm gonna go with number 3, Hollow Cap, with Steve Basper, Carlos Santana. Previously trained by Bob Baffert. If I remember correctly, the Risen Star was a damn fast race. I mean, if you looked at those figures, 109, 109, 118, first 2 calls,
Yeah, look at those.
and I think he was just spent at the top of the stretch. So I'll forgive him for just backing up like the kitchen sink that race, because that was, I mean, all the closers came and they came from the outside. It's everybody won, and you know, he was looking for for a nap, but that after that, boy. So he's one on the lead, 2 turns. Santanita, like Baffert usually puts his horses on. Um, he looks pretty good. I'll forgive him his last race, and I'm just hoping that he'll bounce back and his pace will be slower, and he might have a little more left at the end. So this is uh one of those horses that Baffert has lost due to all this
Yeah,
the logistics that he's in, and Asmussen picks it up, and Asmussen's a good trainer, so he knows what to do with the horse. So I just think he's got some good speed, and he should be able to hopefully have a decent slow pace or a decent pace, and have some for the end. So I'll go with Hollow Cap, try and get into the Derby because he's got no points anyway. So 100 will get you in. So let's try and get him in there. 15-1, a good price.
all right. If you can see over there, I kind of designated Oaklawn and Gulfstream. So I apologize. I know we kind of went backwards tonight, but just take a look at your picks there. Make sure I got everybody correctly.
Looks good.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and come on back to you. And I apologize for any technical difficulties that we had tonight. That was all my fault. That's how we do it here on Tournament Horse Racing. We kind of put our picks together, and we will keep in touch tomorrow just to make sure if there's any scratches, any defaults, we will go ahead and replace those via text messages and kind of keep the tournament going. And we have come into the last final stretches here, just 2 weeks left Joe called it earlier. Next week is kind of a special week for us. Not only will we be doing our normal tournament horse racing show, but we'll actually come back and do a second show for you. It's called Pick Four Wars. We take 3 of the top tracks around the country, and each of our handicappers, actually, Steve and I kind of team up down there at Santa Anita, and then Ray goes ahead and handicaps Aqueduct, and Joe takes Keeneland, and we each come up with our pick 4 picks for the week. So we're not limited to just one pick in each one of those races. We'll still finish out our week because next week is the climax of this opening week as we move closer and closer to Kentucky Derby week. Guys, you got anything you want to say before we sign off for the week?
I got a question. We still got the $50 limit?
Yeah,
And
we will have. Yeah, yep. On the pick
Okay.
4 wars, we will have the $50. So
Alright.
each player is limited to a $50 bet.
Very good. Okay.
All right. If anyone has anything else to say, for Ray Torado and for Stephen Newsom and for Joe English, my name is Rich Sharp. Our show is called Tournament Horse Racing. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week. Good night and good luck, everyone. Bye.
Okay. Have a good
All right.
one. Good luck.
All right.
Good night.